Hi everybody, I'm way down here. It's Victoria from Creative healingandwellness.com and also Become Your Best Self and Transform Your Life. I'm coming to you from a different perspective. Haha, ta-da, that is what today's video is about. It is about perspective. Seeing things from a different perspective and how that can actually transform your life. So let me just bring you back to earth here. I'm playing with my new selfie stick. So let me just, yep, don't need the light. Okay. So, perspective. Let me get so where the light's not going to be so crazy. And another perspective, here is me from a different view of my living room. I'm normally facing the other way, so here's a different perspective. Anyway, I just wanted to come to you. Perspective has been on my mind, so I'm just going to go with it. So I started looking for different quotes and stuff like that. And I found some really great ones. But I really want to, let me just get into my computer here. Close that, go to here. Let me see. So I guess what I want to say, I mean, there's so many, if you go look on Google and you can get so many like quotes on perspective, it's like ridiculous. There's so many things, and one of the ones that I like the best is some see the glass half empty, others see the glass half full. I see the there's actually two. Let me just start over there. Boop. Boop, mommy brain. I'm getting more sleep now. I don't know if you can tell. I'm not as tired. Still au naturel, but not as tired. But all right, two quotes that I like. They're very similar, just a little bit different. So, some see the glass half empty, others see the glass half full. I'm just grateful I have a glass. That's one, and I like that because that really brings in the whole appreciation and gratitude thing, which is super important, especially if you're trying to transform your life and trying to become a better human being. I mean, that's gratitude is it. I can't even express that much. I think I say it in every video. But yes, gratitude is awesome. And the other one is, some see the glass half empty, others see the glass half full. I see the glass as refillable. So those are two different perspectives on the same quote, actually. And it's really cool because, they always say it's like it's between the optimist and the pessimist and but no, it's just the way you look at life. I mean, some of the things that people get so pessimistic about, others see as optimistic. And I can tell you, just from my life, a couple different things. And I know I keep bringing stories in, but stories are the best way to teach people. All right, so the best thing, probably my first lesson in perspective. My hand's getting a little tired here, so let me just adjust myself. Some of you know that I do have health issues, and I've had them going on 20 years now. So here's kind of a really interesting way I looked at things. So I'm in, sorry for the moving of the camera. So it's 1996. I had been sick for probably about 9 months with chronic fatigue syndrome, and I was like sleeping 21 hours a day. It was ridiculous. The only way I can get through work was to like drink a liter of Mountain Dew every day. So bad for me, but it's the only way I can get through. So at the end of that, I wake up one morning and I'm blind in my left eye. Just gone. I mean, all I can see is like black smoke and maybe pictures, here and there, like over, I can see this little part of my sight, or maybe a little bit over here, but it's pretty much black smoke. Now, I kind of go through life matter-of-factly, so yeah, I didn't freak out. I went to work, believe it or not, and I was driving a school bus at the time, not with kids. It was called Tumble Coach, which is it was a really cool job. It was basically what they did is they would take a full size school bus, they would gut it, and they would put in a little gym. There's monkey bars, and then we had mats, and we would go to preschools and teach gymnastics to preschoolers. Super fun job. Super fun. I mean, teaching a 2-year-old how to do a somersault, oh my gosh, it's awesome. And realizing that it's not scary. Again, perspective. But I digress. I was doing it, so I went to work. And now we don't carry the kids in the bus. It was just me and the other trainer. And I literally had to drive a five-speed full-size school bus with my hand over my eye, just so my perspective wasn't off. And I get home from work and I call my friend and I say, I'm blind. I think I need to go to your eye doctor. Literally, just like that. She starts freaking out. She goes crazy, worrying and worrying and worrying. So I go to the doctor's appointment, it's an emergency appointment, found out I had optic neuritis. To this day, like 21 years later, no doctor knows why I had optic neuritis, because that's normally a neurological issue. But then again, I digress. So I go to the doctor's office and I'm sitting there and I'm like, I didn't know what it was. I'd never had it or anything. So I had any idea or anything like that. So I go there and he tells me that he sees inflammation in my optic nerve and I need to get that taken care of. At the time I had no money. I didn't have health insurance. And so I opted to go to the hospital for the tests because I couldn't afford to just go and get tests. So I went to the hospital, got an MRI and everything, because what they told me, and I kid you not, there was 3 things that they thought would cause my optic neuritis. And the 3 things were brain tumor, a swelling or a virus in my brain, and MS. Okay, those are 3 big things, and those are pretty much the only things that cause optic neuritis. So, yeah, a little freaked out. Go to the hospital. I'm in the hospital for several days. They put me on a steroid drip, and my eyesight's better. But while we were there, my girlfriend, who was just so concerned, she had no idea, and she was just really concerned. She was thinking the worst, and she was getting nervous, and she was starting to teary-eyed and all that stuff. And I just sat there and looked at it, and I'm like, you know what? Whatever it is, I gotta deal with it, right? So what am I gonna, why would I stress myself out? Kind of goes back to the, don't worry about things that don't exist. I didn't know what it was, so I'm not going to worry about it. But my whole thing was, my perspective was about, just taking it by the horns and just dealing with it. And in her perspective, I was super sick. And I was, going to have to struggle for the rest of my life. And, those 2 different perspectives. And ultimately, the steroid treatment healed it, and within a week, I had my eyesight back. And bonus, my chronic fatigue was gone for the most part. So another perspective, looking at that ordeal of having no sight for a week, got rid of my 21-hour sleep fests. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. So I was like, yeah, this is really cool. I don't feel like I had to sleep so many hours a day now. Again, a switch in perspective. And so it kind of went on like that. I mean, here is this, could be a super traumatic diagnosis. And I ended up going 2 years thinking that I could have MS because they ruled out brain tumor and you know, a virus in the brain. But I had to go for MRIs every 6 months just to be on the safe side. And I had a neurologist and all that stuff. Well, 2 years later, I didn't have it. I had fibromyalgia, which another perspective thing a lot of people see as a problem in our lives, in their lives. And it's just like, you know, they're weighed down at the stress and the burden of having chronic pain all the time. I looked at it as, and I still do to this day, I mean, it's pretty well managed, but I still look at it as, you know, this is how my body keeps me in check. Because if I don't overdo it, you know, I have no pain. If I overdo it and do things I'm not supposed to, I'm in pain. So that is just a little bit of a story, It's two different stories of how my perspective changed the way I looked at my life. And I still kind of do that. You know, when big obstacles come in your way, you know, you don't know why they're coming in your way. You know, there is a lot of truth to when one door opens, it's late. When one door closes, another door opens, or an even better door opens. And I really believe that. I really believe that. That is such an awesome perspective to look at life. You know, to not see, you know, obstacles and walls that get thrown up in front of us as obstacles and walls. They're just a way to stop, breathe, reevaluate, and go in the direction that we're supposed to be going. So that's my message on perspective. I think it's really great to kind of see things from different perspectives. You know, I always also talk about like putting space between you. I've said it before with the fear and all that stuff, but when you can step away from your situation and look at it from a third person viewpoint, I do this all the time. You can see the bigger picture. It's just a different perspective. And it's incredible. It's incredible. So walk through your life trying to find different perspectives with other people, different perspectives with what's going on in your life, different perspectives on what you see on TV or whatever. And it's going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing. I promise you. You know those 3D chalk paintings that guy does all over the world? They're incredible. It's like you look at it one way and you think you're in like this gully of, you know, that goes miles deep, but then when you see it from the other way, it's just like this 2D painting that's just stretched and elongated. Perfect exercise in perspective. So I leave that with you today. I hope that resonates. I hope you can take those and use it. So change your perspective, because you know what? It only takes one tiny change in your perspective to really transform your life. So go forth and see the world differently. I promise you, it will be awesome. It will be awesome. Don't mind the wee pads because my cat was sick. So here is a different perspective. So I will leave you with that. If you want to join my spirituality group, I would love to have you. Is Become Your Best Self and Transform Your Life. I will put a link down at the bottom of the comments. And and if you want to work one-on-one, I just posted an ad. I'm running a special. So I would love to chat with you. So private message me and we'll book a free inspiration session. Okay, so have a great night, everybody, and I will see you tomorrow for day 15. Halfway there! Woohoo! All right, have a great night, everybody. Be kind to yourself, be kind to others. Many blessings. Bye-bye.